Damn.
We dey vibe, you dey high, and if I am, you dey laugh. You dey call me baby, I dey shy. What are we? You say we be guys. Wait, so you get somebody, yeah? So you be somebody, somebody, baby. Versace, Christian Dior, who they swipe? Waiting they saw. Shit on my car, you they use text off. I give you car, make you use text off. But you decide to they do fake love. Yeah, Maka each love. Ishe my baka, Maka each love. I give you car, make you use text off. But you decide to they do fake love. Wait. So you got somebody, yeah? You be somebody, baby. Somebody, baby. So you get somebody. I did for you. When I did for you, I train like Sachi. So you get somebody. You get somebody. I did for you. When I did for you.
Welcome to the Smiling Sufferer podcast. On the mic is Corey Just. And here with me is my boy, the Black James Bond.
That's right. What's up?
How far now, Wale?
God damn, man.
How life?
No, just deal. Life just there. Man's just chilling, taking life as it comes.
I think this is the first time in a long time that we've done a midweek episode.
Definitely first in a long time.
For those that don't know, that was Somebody Baby by Peruzzi and Davido. Is it supposed to be on Peruzzi's album?
Does he have an album?
Like the one that's supposed to be coming out?
Oh, he has an album coming out?
Apparently, yeah. Allegedly, there's an album that he's supposed to have been working on.
I think he is due an album.
Yeah, there's an album that he's supposedly has been working on for a while.
Came out. That's
2 years ago.
2 years ago, yeah.
Somebody Baby with him, and I feel like Peruzzi and Davido they're pretty consistent when it comes to hits.
Yes.
I mean,
it's not hard.
It's not hard for them, yeah. It doesn't seem like it is. Another record that I liked was that Southie Love joint with him and
funny enough, I think Fireboy killed. Fireboy was featured on the record, but it feels like it was Fireboy's song. Like it's an amazing song. Southie Love is definitely one of my songs of the year so far.
Yeah. What else is going on in the industry, man? Disney.
I don't know. It's been a slow
week.
I don't really
Something happened like early last week though.
Like what?
There was the Burna thing that happened in Rivers.
What's that? Oh,
the
governor.
He received cash payments.
Him and other people received cash.
He received the bulk amount though, from what I heard.
I thought they said they shared it between everybody.
I heard
a story came out that they were all given 10 million or something like that.
I can see you already getting
I'm just saying
in defense mode.
It's just that.
Yeah, like
no, I'm just like I don't understand. Was it supposed to say no?
Some people are arguing, yeah.
Why?
Because he's giving away state funds. The governor is, and the governor is not necessarily known to necessarily be the most
the governor
upstanding.
Also, let's say Burna Boy said no, the governor would be like, oh yeah, let's take this 10 million back into and do it to somebody to something else state wise.
Okay.
Or the state is not progressing because of the 10 million.
Let me ask you something. If it was known that this was a corrupt governor, do you think there's also some level of responsibility on artists like Burna not to receive money from? So let me finish now. Not to receive money from someone like that, because by doing that, they would argue that you're legitimizing this guy that's stealing money. That allegedly, I don't know if he's stealing money, but I'm just saying if it was that he was a corrupt governor, isn't there some responsibility on Burna?
Majority of the politicians are corrupt. Let's start with that. Secondly, so anyone who has a deal with any sort of politician, I mean, a lot of the governors in the East pay majority of these artists to perform at their events, at their ceremonies, at their, I mean, for Davido and PDP has been a thing in the past where people said he was paid by what's his name?
And after a while he stopped. Did you notice that Wizkid stopped?
Wizkid has stopped.
Yes. Yeah, he stopped. But the same criticism.
Okay, Wizkid stopped, but Davido was supposedly allegedly paid by Atiku to campaign for them in a way. And you have it, and then it was almost funny because then that's when like Atiku came out and saying Davido is his favorite artist and yeah. But Davido denied it, obviously. But there was some sort of, I think he performed at the PDP rally or whatever. I don't really know the details.
Yeah.
Now, here's the difference. Burna Boy is from Cross Rivers, which is where Port Harcourt is. He's a Port Harcourt boy.
Yes.
He was.
Is it Rivers or Cross Rivers?
Rivers, I'm sorry. Cross Rivers is Calabar.
It's Rivers, yeah.
Sorry, is it Rivers State? Sorry, I'm sorry.
The governor, by the way, is Governor Nyesom Wike.
Okay.
And what he did was he pledged 10 million for each artist.
Again, I don't know. Again, see that, and this is where this thing gets tricky.
It was for a homecoming reception.
So
for
this
Burna
this is where it gets tricky. So we don't even know if Burna Boy got any money except we don't even know how much he got, because he's saying 10 million for each artist that performed.
Yes.
So Burna Boy won a Grammy that we all know.
Yes.
Rivers State had a concert, homecoming concert for Burna Boy as the pride of Rivers State. Yeah, he got a medal too from the States. Yeah. He has a medal that says something about the pride of states. And the artist who performed, look at them. Yeah. That's who else was there.
Omah was there.
Yeah, you see them. He gave them. So why are people not going after those artists also? Why is Burna Boy the one that people are coming after? And again, it was a homecoming. Because
obviously Burna Boy is bigger than all of them.
So Corey, have you seen people, imagine, I mean, this is not the same thing, but imagine you criticize Biden. Yeah. And you do something and Biden says he wants to give you a medal of, what's that thing? The medal that they give, what do they call?
Medal of Honor.
Oh, no, you're going to say no?
It depends. Like, what am I?
Just like the
is Biden actively oppressing or suppressing people? The people that he has sworn
maybe it might have not been a good analogy, because in America it stands out more when you're in Nigeria. It's almost a norm. But here's what I'm saying: the man won a Grammy. The state, regardless of governor, wanted to throw him a homecoming party. It's an achievement that in modern Nigerian Afrobeat history we've never seen. I don't think it's easy. It would be foolish for Burna Boy to say no. Especially, it was not. Again, remember when Burna and Wizkid won those Grammys, what did this guy do? The vice president do? He pledged money. You remember to some organization to promote art. This is an industry that Nigerian government never played a part in. This is an industry that years ago the government, people have been begging the government to help with the Alaba situation and piracy and all that stuff. People have been begging and begging and begging. These men and these people said no. Yeah. Now they've gotten the top price. And now, of course, Nigeria does what Nigeria does bread. They're sucking up. But it's shining light now on the industry. You have the VP. Can you Google how much the VP contributed a donation to I don't just the Osibanjo Grammy, maybe it would come up with something. But the VP contributed to some organization for entertainment in Nigeria. And Wike he's the governor of his state. Wike did not call Burna Boy. It was not a Lagos state or a different state. Wike is his state. He's a homecoming.
You said Osibanjo Grammy?
Yeah, just put Osibanjo Grammy. I know he donated or he pledged a donation. I hate when people do this thing where they kind of want to trend.
They do clickbait.
They put all the damn, I can't remember. If I find it, I'll say it. But I know I saw something about Osibanjo supposedly trying to pledge. Maybe I was trying to think maybe it would come up as Grammy based on Burna. But anyways, back to what I was saying. The state also acknowledge an artist for getting a Grammy. It would be foolish of that artist to say no. Now we hear that 10 million were given to the artists who performed. Why are we coming at Burna Boy? Mm-hmm. Why are we coming at Burna Boy?
Because Burna Boy is the most.
So Burna Boy should have said, no, my state, don't give me a medal. I'm the first person to ever do this. Don't give me anything. Don't recognize me. I'm not a hero. Take it away because you're a governor.
So it's one thing to give medal, right? It's another thing to give cash.
It does not get paid for his services.
Those who not get paid for his services.
But how much did they give Burna Boy? The 10 million was to people who performed.
Yes, but it was also said that they gave Burna Boy money and land. That was the allegation. How true that is, I don't know.
Okay, when Nigerian footballers,
let's assume it's true.
When Nigerian footballers go and win African Cup of Nations and they come back to the country, does the presidency not give them the same land and money? Is that not what Nigeria has been doing to its quote unquote proud heroes?
I mean, yeah, you can make that case.
So why is Burna's own different? And it was a state. So I think it would be different for me if it was Ogun State or Osun State, Lagos State, who even Lagos even has a hold on it. But if it was like Abuja or Kaduna, somewhere where Burna Boy has no ties to, came to give him money. Now, yes,
you can make a case for that.
Yes.
The difference with those players is that when they win the World Cup, they actually bring in money to the government also. You know, there's a prize.
Not World Cup, AFCON. I don't know how much money.
But there's usually like a prize that's being won. Mm-hmm. And it usually comes with, unless I'm mistaken, at least my assumption was that it comes with money.
Supporting stars like Burna Boy Wizkid with 300 million naira loan, Osibanjo.
Okay.
The federal government of Nigeria. Let me read the article. Vice President Yemi Osibanjo says the Bank of Industry, in collaboration with the National Council for Arts and Culture, has secured a 300 million naira loan for Nigeria creative sector.
Okay.
This is based off Burna Boy and Wizkid winning Grammys.
Yeah, I think I was actually gonna. It was one of my topics.
Why are we not attacking Osibanjo and the likes for that?
Well, the loan isn't necessary. They're not giving it to those artists. What is it? I remember it because it was on my agenda a few weeks ago. It was like to encourage like arts and culture and encourage people. Like it was supposed to give people an opportunity, to be able to like
National Theatre is supposed to get refurbished. What's the name? Mm-hmm. Because if you watch that on Yeka video, you can see like stained walls and stuff. Yeah. It's chipping off away and looks. I think they're supposed to get it. Nigeria now is paying attention to this entertainment sector.
Yes,
it might not be because they like it, but by default, it's like our stars are doing big.
Yeah, and it's an opportunity to bring more attention, more people, tourism.
So if a governor says, "Well, as you have won Grammy,
yes,
my own way of saying thank you to you," and bear in mind again, here's where people don't see it. There are many, many more Burna Boys from Port Harcourt who are going to see that and have a dream of one day getting there.
Yeah, so almost like giving people some kind of incentive.
Do you understand? Like, when last have you seen a Nigerian artist being celebrated in his Nigeria that bans music videos, Nigeria that stifles creativity. Nigeria has never been this involved.
Good point.
In this aspect. See, people say Burna Boy preaches against bad government and he took billboard for EndSARS and all this thing. Fine. I say let's judge Burna Boy 2 years from now when his music over the years, none of them have any, when the music starts to change to the tone of singing for the government.
Yeah.
When his music starts to change to the please, I don't care, like the government is doing his best. When his message,
Okay,
tone,
so I get what
you
you're
can
saying.
say he's compromised.
Can I respond to that? I get what you're saying. So even this Governor Wike story, it was done under the commissioner. It was done by it was released by the Commissioner of Culture and Tourism, Tonye Briggs Oniyide. So it was obviously tied to the culture and tourism aspect of trying to incentivize, perhaps, which is a good point, right? The artists that were paid 10 million each, right?
They too should have returned the money if everyone feels it was bad.
Well,
or said no.
Well, so here's the argument.
Oh, let me give you one last thing. Burna Boy, I wish I can find the tweet. That same time when they go back to Port Harcourt, there's a Port Harcourt feeding Twitter page that like they do like charity work. They tweeted about how he donated to them to give free food to people, and they gave a lot of food to people of Port Harcourt.
Yes.
Again, these things don't get shown.
Yeah, but that's a separate matter.
But how do we not know that? We don't know the amount he was giving. We don't know if he was giving money.
I understand. But hear me out. Let me just respond to that. And look, I understand both sides of the argument. Just see me as someone that's playing devil's advocate, because I also see the benefits of wanting to inspire kids, right?
Yes.
And giving them rewards and stuff like that. The argument against that is that a state like River State, right?
Yes.
Port Harcourt, where, I mean, let's face it, there's a lot of areas within Port Harcourt that there are a lot of impoverished people, right? There's a lot of infrastructure that has gone ignored, things that have gone obsolete, and this is across Nigeria.
Yes.
Some people would argue that this money that you're using that you're giving artists to celebrate Burna, right? And this whole thing that you're putting together, why can't you use it for the people of River State? That would be the argument.
You know my response to that argument?
You see what I'm saying?
My response to the argument
is the benefit. No, let me finish now. Is the benefit of having this celebration for Burna Boy's Grammy win, is that gonna outweigh the benefit of using those same funds, right, for people in need in River State, like people, like the money that can actually be spread across more people on many levels? And you know what I'm saying? Like, this is America that we're talking about. This is Nigeria we're talking about. That would be the argument. So
I know my response to that argument is take it up with Governor Wike, not the people. You know what? Because that same Governor Wike donates 500 million naira to Sokoto to rebuild Ray's market. Does that sound sensible to you?
Doesn't sound sensible.
So why? So it shows that this man, regardless of the money, is going to do what he wants to do with the money. So take it up with him. Governor, you cannot be giving 500 million.
But they're taking it up with all of them. They're taking it up with all of them.
Yes, some but they're not taking it up with him as much as they're taking it up with. Then again, we don't know what Burna Boy got. And now, if it says it's the Commissioner for Culture and Tourism, so it says, that says a statement released by the Commissioner of Tourism, Culture and Tourism, Tonye Briggs, revealed that the governor has fulfilled his promise. What was the promise? It was 10 million to give 10 million naira to each of the performing artists who participated in the Burna Boy Homecoming stage reception. That's what they said the promise was. Where do we see an amount that was given to Burna?
How much is 10 million naira in dollars?
Where do we see a house? I mean, a land. Even if he did give Burna this thing, but where do we see this thing?
How much is 10 million naira in dollars?
I don't know, $3,000 or something like that. 4,000.
Okay, that's not.
No. Sorry, no. I'm sorry. That's much. It's like 20,000. I'm sorry.
$20,000.
Like $20,000 to each person.
For $20,000 for performance of a song.
Yes,
I think that's a bit.
I do think the money. I think
that's a bit much.
I think it's. I believe Wike is misappropriating funds in terms of not even this whole entertainment thing. Again, we see that this was organized by the Commissioner of the Culture and Tourism in this thing. Fine, let's play devil advocate. He gave Burna Boy land. Give me an amount you think he gave Burna Boy that they said he gave Burna Boy physically. 100 million? Fine. He gave Burna Boy 100 million plus land. And he gave how many artists 10 million? Let's say there were 5 of them or whatever. Let's just say he spent 200 million in general and this thing. I don't think it's in the place of these artists where you're being supported for your craft, you're being welcomed for your achievement.
Yeah.
In fact, if I was the artist, the best I can probably do is take that money and give it to charity if I feel like I don't need it. I'd rather take that money and do that than to say, no, don't give me the money. Who I should have the problem with is Wiki. I understand that you want to show appreciation for this guy. But again, your state is suffering. Do we have the budget to be giving away 200 million, 300 million land and this thing? The same way, do we have the budget? I understand that you sympathize with Sokoto State for the fire that downed their market, but do we have the budget to give them 500 million? That is who your problem should be with. Your problem should not be with the recipient. Because again, we've seen that fine.
Yeah, but the recipient seems to have an understanding that there's a lot of corruption in Nigeria, right?
So why
and if Burna Boy understands that there is a lot of corruption with these governors, if now we don't know if he collected it, but if he did collect money from someone like this, right?
Okay.
And if it's established that maybe this guy has been misappropriating funds and has been funneling money and has been abusing funds and not really doing well by his people. Yeah. You can definitely make a valid argument that someone in Burna Boy's position should not be receiving funds, knowing well, especially given that Burna Boy has known to even have activists. Yes.
Not an activist, but
but he's known to speak against like injustices in Nigeria. I mean, he talks about corruption.
Has he
talks about all these things, right? And then you now go collect money from some of the people that you're accusing of being corrupt. Isn't there a bit of a hypocrisy?
Again, has he stopped? Number one and number two, it says the guy pledged to the culture and tourism, and the thing says the guy paid those 10 artists. So it can even still be, if I was Burna Boy, my camp would also say, well, look, maybe the culture and tourism has its own budget on its own, and they paid for these things. The same way NFF, Nigerian Football Federation, has its own budget that gives these players, and you have people pledge to them to give through them, to give these players land and cars and whatever when they arrive.
Yeah, no, but that's different. Those ones they're actually working on behalf of the Nigerian government.
He's also working on behalf of the Nigerian government because he's a Nigerian. He's representing the country. We are all representing the country, and that's why this country celebrates every win. If this podcast,
the Nigerian football team is called the Nigerian football team for a reason. You see, there's a distinction between an artist, right?
Are you saying that
versus
it is wrong?
The Nigerian football team? Are you
saying that it is
that's
wrong?
Playing in an international?
Are you saying that it is wrong tournament? That any there's no. First of all, it's hard to name one pure governor, But are you saying that it is wrong? No, I'm trying to understand the hypocrisy because people are coming out with this whole. Burna Boy should have not taken it. Nigga, you'll take worse than that. And then secondly, where my disappointment will come is if tomorrow I see him singing a song for Wiki's campaign trail. I see him at PDP's campaign rally like Davido supposed did, and everyone, and when the band who suffered it now.
The band went through it.
He went through it, but he didn't go through it because he was seen publicly campaigning for these people. So if Burna Boy starts doing ads and campaigning, then I'm like, yeah, you fucked up.
Well, the truth of the matter is that we don't.
But Wike,
no one knows the details.
Well, Wike is the one to be held. Governor Wike is the one to be held accountable because, dude, this is a guy who's been honored by his state. Fine, but Wike, this money you're giving away, your state needs that money more than that. Could you have done it without getting artists to pay? Could you have done it without getting Omah and whoever else was there? You probably could have.
It probably could have.
You could have only done it by giving him a medal and end with that. But obviously, Naija, you want to involve money. Fine, you can involve money. But then the question is, Wike, should you have also taken that money to do something better? I'm not saying Burna Boy is a saint. I know.
So this is what happened. Yeah. He also announced that the government will not only allocate a land in old government residential area of Port Harcourt to the honoree, but also give him money to build a house there.
Okay, so
I think it's not. We don't know how much.
So again, the question then goes to Wike. Why are you giving this money out? Can you afford it? No.
So where I agree with you is that the onus ultimately is on the governor himself. that is where the chief responsibility is.
And is this called misappropriation of funds?
It could be argued. It could be argued that it's misappropriation of funds because it's not necessarily funds that's gonna generate as much income or as much prosperity versus if he actually used it
you can't say that
exactly. So that's debatable. So that's and this is why I allow for some grace on the strength of the fact that right now Afrobeat is one of the only saving graces we have in that country in terms of even bringing any kind of positive attention. When last
did the VP take a loan for
of even bringing any kind of positive attention? Now, here's where I would make your argument. This stuff that he's doing, right, it could reap dividends much later on.
Argued that it could. Yes,
yeah, it could. It could. It's not guaranteed. It could, but it could reap dividends much later on.
Not, yeah.
For someone like Burna Boy, right? Like if you're kind of investing in his career, it could be seen as a way of like investing in his career to the point that he goes to even higher levels, right? And he's bringing more attention to where he came from.
Yes.
So there's an argument to be made here. Don't get me wrong.
Yes. The problem is just that the money aspect of things.
Yeah, it's the money. It's when there's money involved, right? And when there's money involved like this, right? And huge sums of cash like this, right? You can and given that there's so many people that are poor and impoverished, you could understand the sensitivity around something like this.
Of course.
So I don't deny that there could be long-term effects later on by investing in someone like Burna Boy's career and like
I don't get why you have other artists that you're giving 10 million to who didn't win anything. Also, why does Burna Boy need to be entertained at his homecoming by performance from other artists?
It beats me.
I don't get that part.
It beats me. But
again, I won't think Omah should be like drop the money.
The point I'm trying to make is that I think the chief responsibility is on the person that we voted in.
Mm-hmm.
But I can especially if Burna Boy is if he has shown understanding of how much corruption is in our government. You cannot, and he's talked about these things. Yes. You cannot deny that there is also some level of he doesn't have to reject the money. But there's a level of integrity that it would show if he were to identify that, okay, maybe this money we could do better things with this money. Now again, it's all alleged. We don't know how much he gave.
Yes. What if we look at another angle? What if he's now in a position where maybe he can make suggestions to the governor himself? Look at in the States the way Kim Kardashian was able to influence some decisions Trump made.
But why would he need to make why would he need to receive land and money for that?
No, forget the receiving land and money. You see, that receiving land and money is done. It's what happens in Nigeria is done. No, there's nothing that these people do that it doesn't involve. It's the Nigerian way. It's done and done. But this was not this money was given out there. This is not misappropriation. This might just be
like it wasn't like a backdoor. It wasn't
a backdoor. It was announced. It was announced, but this is like priority.
But it wasn't announced how much he gave him, though.
Priority is just the one where it's like, Governor Wike, I understand, but did you really need, like, your priorities are more important than giving out this money. You could have had this ceremony without money involved.
Yeah.
So we all agree. At least I agree with that aspect. As far as the recipient, now Burna Boy has two things to do. Now that he's accepted these things, at least allegedly, is either now use your newfound relationship to do good, but also make sure you don't stop what you've been doing since. Because if tomorrow we start seeing you campaigning for the same people, if tomorrow we start hearing you sing songs for the same people, if tomorrow we start seeing you in ads and movements and billboards for the same people, then that is when that money has bought your integrity. Because now that money, you can argue that, you know what, it's a gift from my state, for my reward, regardless of who the governor was. The state wanted to recognize me for doing something that no Nigerian in recent history has ever done. And, I'm proud to be from Port Harcourt, Rivers State, and I would take this gift. But now it's to show that, okay, you guys, this gift you give me is not to buy my silence. I will still fight the fight I fight.
Fair enough.
And that's up to Burna at this point.
Let me ask you, what would you have done in that position?
I'll take the money, man.
You'll have taken the money.
Why not? I earned it.
Did
I earned any
you
attention.
have to remember that even the Grammy themselves that are giving out this award, they're not giving you money with it.
But that's Nigeria. Nigeria that Headies gives card to next rated artist. That is Nigeria for you.
So you think it's more of a cultural thing?
It's Nigeria for you. The next rated artist in the Headies gets a car.
I mean, I didn't think of that angle.
That's Nigeria now. Almost everything is incentivized.
I didn't think of that angle. I mean,
not every award, but almost next rated literally gets a car.
Speaking of next rated, did you watch the Don Jazzy interview on?
I saw it. Ebuka's bounce.
Ebuka is a good interview, don't you think?
You know what? I haven't seen much of the interviews. I saw the
Davido. We saw the Davido one.
Part of the Davido one. And it made me laugh. But I watched the Don. I've had a little reservation about Don Jazzy.
For those that don't know, Don Jazzy had an interview on Ebuka TV
for 3 hours long. Man.
3 hour long,
two part
interview. He got into a lot of stuff.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, I believe, there's been a myth of who and what Don Jazzy is. Mm-hmm. This interview, and this is where I agree with you, Ebuka is a good interviewer because it didn't feel like he had an agenda. When I mean agenda, like a list of things he wanted to talk about. Everything seemed to flow naturally. Mm-hmm. When Jazzy says something, he asks a follow-up. Like, even if he's asking a question and Jazzy says something else, he finds a way to say, you know what? You just mentioned this. What about this and that and that? And it's in fact, you could see the comfort level in Jazzy. If anything, Ebuka was one that was like, okay, I'm tired. Let's stop this interview because Don Jazzy was ready.
So I did see it, by the way.
It's 3 hours long. I watched 2 parts. I watched it over 2 days. Don Jazzy was ready to keep going on and on and on and on and on.
Hold on. I need to fix this stuff. Hold on, please. Yes.
Is it recording?
Yeah, it is.
Okay. Well, yeah, Ebuka is a good interviewer.
Yes.
Or is it interviewer? And he did a good job. He had a lot of sensible questions. He got Don Jazzy to open up, and Don Jazzy spoke about a lot of things. The little thing with Olamide.
Yeah. So one of the things that he talked about was the next rated artist at the Headies Awards, right? Apparently, the winner gets a car, and at that time it was 2015.
Ricardo Banks was rated won.
Ricardo Banks won.
Next rated. But
Olamide's artist.
Olamide thought or said Lil Kesh, and I kind of think we all agree.
Yeah, everyone thought Lil Kesh was going to win
Lil Kesh, like...
He had a year that year.
Next rated is kind of funny because if you look to today, it's supposed to bring the next rated.
Yeah.
I would say, Ricardo has... Actually, I'll take that back because I was going to say Ricardo has a better career, but I think their career is kind
Ricardo
of...
has been quiet now.
He's quiet.
But so has Lil Kesh.
But that year, Lil Kesh killed.
Lil Kesh had a year that year.
Shocky, Bese.
Didn't he release that album too?
I think that was even right before the album. But he had hits.
Yeah, he did.
He had hits, and Olamide had come on stage and said, cursed words and said my artist should have won, something.
I think I remember equating Lil Kesh to being the Meek Mill of Nigeria because you know how they used to shout.
But Lil Kesh actually has a new jam out. Lil Kesh.
So let me play the clip that we're talking about real quickly. It's hold on.
Let's be honest, this award belongs to Lil Kesh because Lil Kesh is our next rated artist. Baba Yaya, Street to take over. Every was a hit back to back. From lyrically to shocky to FS Joku. Could it da for anybody?
And then Don Jazzy came out.
Egbon Olamide, if you want the car, come and collect it. God bless you.
Mm-hmm. Do you regret the Olamide incident at the Headies?
Yes.
Why?
Because to an extent, I get Olami. I get him. I get the kind of person that he is. Well, we're not far. We're not that different.
Yeah.
He's passionate about himself and his artist and the people that he has put in flesh, sweat, and blood for, and same here, vice versa. And that should just happen. So it happened so fast that normally I don't like to give speech if I collect award or whatever. But I was upset that people think that we pay for awards.
Yeah.
What did you think?
At the time, it was like
He sounded like insulted at the idea of like
so.
people really
At
think
the
we
time,
pay for this
at
stuff.
the time when it happened, there were rumors, even till date. So he touches about it till date and said, what did he say? What's the name of this? Ladipo won something this last Headies, and he was shocked because of the category it was and the other people. I think Wizkid was supposed to in that category or whatever.
Yeah.
And he said he was shocked and surprised and happy. But, you know, he went on Twitter and everybody was like, it's Don Jazzy again. He has done it again. And, you know, he was like, he braced himself already for them not winning anything because they have been kind of quiet, but he didn't expect it. And that he doesn't pay. And he also mentioned the name of the guy who hosts the Headies and said, you know, no, that's not the kind of person you pay to or whatever. But people have said maybe the award has pandered a little bit. And when I say pandered, maybe try to be on the side of some certain people. Not necessarily that they paid. Rumors I've read and said over the years, and that's why sometimes people don't take Headies serious. Is they try to please certain people. I mean, how many hours did Wizkid get this last?
He got a few.
And he was there.
He was there.
Yeah, he was there. And when he came, you know, almost everybody's attention drew to him, and you know,
no, but they all do it though. Even in American award shows,
of course.
Even the Grammys themselves, there was always the rumor of the fact that the reason why Beyonce won so many awards was because Jay-Z had pretty much
so it's possible
strong-armed them. Now,
that
all allegations,
exactly. So it's possible that the same thing might have happened, not necessarily payola.
Yeah, like basically they would say in exchange for actually, you know, gracing you with my presence,
you better
at this award. So you need to kind of guarantee us some awards. And it's some, you know, there have been allegations that these things happen.
Yeah, there's allegations. So the allegation has been out there. He did say he doesn't pay. So maybe I probably believe him that he doesn't pay.
Yeah.
But does he have influence? Does
they all do
the
now.
owner or the people who do the Headies feel like Don Jazzy, let's please him? Or let's please Wizkid, or let's please this person.
Is there like some undue influence?
Yeah, it's possible. I really don't see how Lil Kesh did not win that. I mean, Efe Joku, Shock is enough.
Yeah.
There's no
Ricardo
Banks song that has hit the level. Shocky was not only just a song, it was a movement.
Yeah.
You know, there's no Ricardo Banks song till today that has probably hit that height. So I'm pretty sure now, of course, it doesn't take away from Ricardo's talent.
Ricardo had a good year too.
But I'm pretty sure we all thought at least. So, and Olamide felt. Now, if you keep listening to the interview, Don Jazzy does talk about understanding to an extent what Olamide was going to, because he said that's his artist and he cares for the artist.
Yeah,
the same way he cares for it.
He was being very gracious.
Olamide, but Olamide obviously, you know, did it in a way where. Maybe it was high, maybe it was drunk, maybe it was whatever. But the way where he was like
streets to take over. I love that line.
That shit. So, you know, it then becomes disrespectful.
Yeah.
Because again, Next Rated was announced. Ricardo got it. Olamide's award came up. He gave it to Lil Kesh. Said and they announced that Lil Kesh is our best next rated artist. Basically dissing. Now his own is probably dissing the award show.
Award show, not necessarily
Don Jazzy,
but Don Jazzy took
then
the P.
stands on, and then Don Jazzy's award then is the next award announced.
Yeah,
he's like he said he wished it happened. If it had happened 10 minutes later,
he would have forgotten about it.
He would have not said anything. He would have just taken boy. So he then comes up, and then. But the part I feel like he was bullshitting in this interview is he goes on to say something like, "Look, I was only trying to say like, guy, if I didn't want to fight, I was just like, if Kai is what is
that was a veiled threat.
It's a veiled threat. It's not even.
I mean, guys say if you want this car, come and get it.
And it's kind of like again, till today, and the way, and that's why I in that part of that interview I said this guy, this is BS, because again you're saying, well, the way I just felt was if the car was not the issue.
Yeah, it wasn't.
You're trying to belittle him with that statement because. Are you telling me that Olamide cannot buy?
If it's about the car, like,
and guess what? The car is always usually some
whack-ass car,
not a luxury car.
Yeah,
that's all I can say.
Yeah.
So it's not a Range Rover or a Porsche or whatever. It's some maybe a Kia or I think last time it was Innocent Motors or whatever. Something. No, I don't know what it is, but it's never really like a luxury car.
So what else did you glean from the interview with Don Jazzy?
He's shy in public, but I don't think he's a shy person. He's obviously gone full blown skit mode now, but he does a lot of skits.
He's become like a media, like a social media influencer.
He said that's just.
But he seems to enjoy it. He looks like he's having fun.
He spoke about Arya Star.
Okay.
Upcoming project.
She's been quiet.
And he says he's someone that doesn't like to do things like coming soon. He likes to just work, drop it. He did say something that, I thought was kind of OG, was like, him taking someone like Arya Star and like you going on Google and typing Arya Star and then 0 results. And then when he drops her, you go on Google and type the same name now and it's like all articles over. And all over, like that was his doing. So,
can I ask something?
What?
Can a case be made that Don Jazzy is the greatest producer in Afrobeat history?
No. But a case can be made that he's the most influential. Or he was influential.
I mean, greatness, influential.
Great talent. I don't think he's the most talented.
No, I don't mean the best.
Because I'll give that to SARS.
I don't mean the best. That's a different thing.
Okay.
I'm saying, you know
what? I'll give it to him. Because based on impact.
And he spanned so many eras.
And again, they asked him.
He's still relevant
about
today.
That you've worked with artists like The Banj. And you've worked with Gen Z artists like Arya Star. So he touched about some artists.
But then again, does he produce everything he does?
No, he said.
Is he like a Dr. Dre where he has producers come and then Dr. Dre just come and sprinkle some stuff on it?
Now he said he trained
credits.
some people, but now he's back to producing. So Bounce, he produced Bounce. And said something like he didn't want to put it out, but Rema was the one that gingered him and said, "Guy, this song was come out." So now he's back to producing.
I like Bounce.
Can
I play a quick
clip I love that song a lot.
Bounce. This is Bounce. I love the beat, man.
Now do the beat, Jazzy. Another bang. Girl, I'm in love with your booty bounce. Girl, I'm in love with your booty bounce. In love with your booty bounce. Girl, I'm in love with your booty bounce. Girl, I'm in love with your booty bounce. Girl, I'm in love with your booty bounce. In love with your booty bounce. Girl, I'm in love with your booty bounce. When I wear it, you weigh 1,000 pounds. Girl, this night we dey go like 7 rounds. Baby girl, say you fine. Baby girl, say you fine. You are designer. Baby, now you are designer. Your yash original. Don't be that kind black China. Be my wife. Make her be your night. Just be like delicious. Baby, me girl, you're the shit. want chop Chinese. And if you open your Pandora, I go give you everything what you need. Girl, I'm in love with your booty bounce. Girl, I'm in love with your booty bounce. In love with your booty bounce. Girl, I'm in love with your booty bounce. Girl, I'm in love with your booty bounce. Girl, I'm in love with your booty bounce. In love with your booty bounce. Girl, I'm in love with your booty bounce. Booty. You so fine, I wanna lick you like a lolly. This one, yeah, she did very, very soggy. I know good like.
Yeah, that was Bounce.
It's Don Jazzy again. Though.
It is.
Nah,
it is.
He tried with it.
He has spanned so many eras of music.
So
he had
more hits. He had maybe.
He had more hits. Yeah. Wait. Let's look.
So it gave a story.
Are you open to making this episode an Afrobeat heavy?
Yeah.
Because there's some topics that we had addressed on the thread too about greatest albums. I want us to.
Yeah. It's fine.
I want us to address that.
So Don Jazzy, no. So I don't think he's the most talented. I do think I'll give that to SARS. I think SARS is
the most talented.
I think SARS is the most talented Afrobeats producer.
Based off what?
Based off his body of work.
What would you say would crystallize that body of work in terms of like name three songs?
First of all, the whole album with World.
That was an amazing album. It was an amazing album.
It was an amazing
album. But let's not get carried away here.
That song for you. One dance.
You got me there. You got me there.
Much more.
You got me there. Yo, 40 took credit for that shit,
exactly.
Yo.
So we don't need to say much more about that. But no, SARS is amazing. But impact. So, I'd always been under the notion that, Jazzy said, he spoke about the whole good music stuff and him coming back. He said he felt like more people in Nigeria needed him than people abroad at the time. Mm-hmm. And, I do think, even if, at some point I did say he was fading away because he wasn't producing.
Yeah.
I think he did mention that he was he thought at some point in his life, he did think his beats were not good enough. He stopped producing.
All these artists always go through that self-doubt phase.
I did see him fade away. But the new role he's taking with now as a proper is the A&R and an artist and the owner or CEO of the Maven, he's doing a very good job. He did also mention that, there's been no blueprint for owning a record label in Nigeria, that there's really no one that they can really talk to. So he's learning as he's going. I think he's made a lot of mistakes, but he's learned about the mistakes. He addressed the one decor incident of leaving Mavens. He addressed almost signing Tenny, he said regrets, almost signed Fowls, almost signed Simi. He wanted to sign Simi.
Those are some big misses,
he
man.
said the only person he didn't want to sign but knew was going to blow was Davido. But there was something I got.
He didn't want to sign Davido.
Yeah. He said, I said because I asked why. He said because he already has money.
Okay.
But there was something I noticed. I think this man loves Wizkid.
You think so?
Because every time he was referencing anything, he said about Afrobeats, Wizkid was always the first name he used. And I think you catch him later and say David and Burna, but those three. But it was always Wizkid first.
Interesting.
In terms of impact, he even said, he's always wonders. He said if you see a Nigerian who does not follow any of those three on social media, then he really does not rate you. Because why don't you follow any of those three? You get, even if anytime they drop song, even if you don't want to hear it, just go and stream it, stuff like that. But spoke about how he got found, how he started into music.
Wasn't it that guy?
Solek. It was Solek.
Yeah, Solek.
But how him and Solek fell off, or how Solek wanted to go solo, not fell off.
Yeah.
Spoke about Cass Beats, familiar. Was actually the first person that made him produce a song. I said when Cass was telling you, because all he used to do was make beats on. That's Cass Beats was in no, he didn't produce Familiar, but I'm just saying Cass Beats was in I don't think he did produce. Well, Cass Beats was in Suddenly Video.
He was
in the beginning, and I was wondering, that was a weird comment. I was like, what's Cass Beats doing here? But he said it that Cass had heard some of the stuff. So back then, how they used to have these keyboards that you just play and store beats and stuff. That's what he used to do for Solek. So when Cass was like, "Guy, come on, produce something," he's like, "What's produce?" And he's like, "Make beats for me." He said, "Okay, they make beats," and he's like, I can't do it on computer, but I can do it on the keyboard. And it was like he did it on the keyboard, and Cass was like, okay. He's like, well, I don't know how you're going to strip it off. And it's like Cass took the whole keyboard and came back the next day with a song.
But by the time Cass came out with his first hit, the more hits were already...
No, first hit.
Yes.
Not song.
So, but so you're saying Cass had been out for a minute.
Not song.
So for those that don't remember, let me just play a quick clip of it. This was a jam. Do you remember what year?
2009, 10?
11.
Okay.
Well, it was uploaded in 2011. Come on.
Swagger.
That was a jam. But go on.
And the remix has what, the Banja and Two-Face on there. That was a good
It
remix.
did.
Yeah.
So that makes sense.
But so Cass, so he mentioned that Cass, and then mentioned obviously the band, and then moving to Nigeria, and he's always said this story before about how they almost sold more hits to Storm Records.
Wait, moving to Nigeria from the UK?
Yeah, him and the band, they moved to literally
because they lived in the UK.
They were going to go and dominate Africa. That was Nigeria. That was their goal, and they conquered it. It's almost sold more hits for 2 million or 1 million
to Storm Records
at the time.
And I remember Storm Records and Mo Hits had like a lot of artists collaborating. Yes,
all those people. Ikechukwu, I think. I don't know if Ikechukwu was a Storm, but I think
he was. So, I only remember Neto C and Ikechukwu.
I think Sasha was in Storm. Sasha P was in Storm at one point.
Oh, yeah, you know Sasha P went to ISI.
Yeah, she went to ISI. Yeah.
Go on.
So there was a lot of people, but I think Storm was either posting them or they were not ready, and then one endorsement deal came for like 20 million.
Storm must have been owned by some rich.
Storm was owned by
Obi
Esika, I think.
Interesting. Yo, we're going like way back in the archives right now.
I can't remember. How do you pronounce his name?
So go on. So they came. They came to Naija.
I think that's who. CEO of Storm 360. Yeah, OBS.
Okay. So they came to Naija.
He's, I think he's related to this guy.
Which guy?
Davido's manager now.
Oh, that guy.
Yeah, what's his name? I think so. They have Asa.
The one that was apologizing to Copy.
No. Asa.
Oh, Asa. Oh,
I think so because they have the same last name.
All right, go on.
But anyways, moving forward. They didn't sell it, and he just talks about, the breakup, things happen. He said if it was a marriage, it would have been like they fell out of love.
Yeah.
It happened, they broke up. But, they've thought about working together since then, but the song was never the best. And,
and that is Don Jazzy and
the band.
Okay.
And he would talk about stuff like, how every time he had dropped a song after like doing Mavens, a lot of people were, if they didn't hear it, they were waiting to hear it's Don Jazzy again. And if you didn't hear it, it kind of seemed like the song flopped.
So so most of these Rema records, I'm guessing he didn't produce it.
Mavens? He produced in the beginning.
No, I'm talking about Rema records.
No. He didn't produce Rema.
Interesting.
He didn't produce most.
So that means he's been kind of on a.
He said he's been
hiatus.
But he's been training people. He did mention one thing. He said he has an academy.
Ah, okay.
He has about 15 artists that we don't know about. Well, that we don't know are under Mavens. And just like a football academy, they're learning. They have music out. They have pages out. And we might not even know they're under Mavens. But, even if there has this music out, there's content out there, he was watching them, seeing how they grow. And then if they make it, if they seem like they're ready, then they get quote unquote activated is what he calls signing them.
Interesting.
So he spoke about, he really opened. He spoke about love. I think he's scared to love.
And it's funny because he spoke about that, but after the interview, right?
When do you want to break?
After this Don Jazzy discussion, but we have to come back to these greatest albums.
Oh,
Please, can you pull up that list because we need to discuss it. But basically, he said he came out after the interview, and I guess he felt bad.
Yeah.
And he posted this picture of him
being married at 20 or something like that.
and this lady that he was married to at the age of 20
for 2 years.
And he felt bad because he felt like he was talking about his journey, and he left her out of it.
Yeah, he left it out.
So he put this
spoke
long,
about his present relationship.
Oh, he did? Who's the...
He didn't say who. He says a Nigerian lady in America, but he doesn't even know if they are broken up because, like, you know, he had asked her, like, what are you doing with me?
Yeah.
Because it's like, I don't text, I don't call, I'm not, like, the only thing I can do, I'm fine with spending money, but I just don't, you know, I just don't care. Like, not like he doesn't
He only cares about music for the most part.
Probably seems like that kind of person. He just
That's the thing about artists. Yeah. People think, you know, these artists, it's fun to date these artists or whatever, but this is their passion. This is all they care about. So he released this picture of this lady that he used to be married to, and he admitted that he fucked up. He didn't treat her as well as he could have, and they divorced after 2 years.
22, I think, was probably when he was starting his music thing.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's about the time he probably started moving.
But he got married really young though, 20.
He did get married really
young.
Because how old is Don Jazzy? He says almost 40. So I'm guessing.
Wait, he didn't say his real age. What is it about this artist that I always scared to see their real age?
I think his age is on Wikipedia. Yeah, he's 38. So he was born in 1982. So add 20 years to that. That's 2002.
No, that's 1983.
He was born 1982. Add 20 years in 1982.
Oh, okay. He's gonna turn 38. That means he's 37.
He's turning 39 this year.
No, 1982. Oh, you're right. My math is off. My math is off.
Yeah. So 2002. I think this was right before Tungolo dropped.
Okay. They broke things off.
Tungolo, so I think this was probably Tungolo came out in 2005. So this was I think when he just started doing his music thing. So like, or maybe when he just started moving to, I don't know.
Yeah. But let's not spoil market for Ebuka. Let people actually go watch
it. It was a good, it's a good, let people go watch it because we've done a whole recap of the whole thing. Ebuka got a look, say, what the flip are these guys? Yeah, but it's funny. Ebuka started the interview, and then I didn't even know what he was doing. I could just watch it, and then at some point it was like, okay, Clubhouse guys, I'm going off now for the full interview. Come on YouTube. Apparently he was on Clubhouse in the beginning of the interview. I was like, oh, interesting.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, Clubhouse are now monetized, but we'll talk about that later. I think we're due for a break. Wally, can you introduce
play? Since we spoke about Lil Kesh, there's a song he has with Fireboy called "Love Like This."
Is it a good song, or it's just because
I like the song?
Okay.
Fireboy does. It's a slow,
Lil Kesh.
No, that's "Love Like This." That's the first one right there.
"Love Like This" featuring Fireboy.
Yeah.
All right, check this out.
Who am I when you love like this? I have been around the world, I never see love like this. Oh, I never see anyone who give me love like this. I never see anyone who give me love like this. I never see anyone who give me love like this. Oh, I never see anyone who give me love like this. Oh yeah, when you give me love like this, it dey make me reason some kind things. It dey do me one kind thing. It dey make me want to slap police. Girl, I'm on my knees. Yo, I be gangster. I know they do I'm normally. I apologize, cause so many times I have done you wrong, but you stick around. You're still in my life. I don't wonder why. You're my energy. You don't get me high, even though you are not like we. Oh, I never see anyone will give me love like this. Oh, I never seen anyone will give me love like this. I never seen anyone will give me love like this. Oh, I never seen anyone will give me love like this. You are so divine. You they give me time, even when I lie and I compromise. You they give me life, anytime I'm down. You they give me vibe. You're my energy, you they get me high, even though you are not like we. Oh, oh, oh. You give me love I don't deserve. Who am I when you love like this? I have been around the world, yeah. I never see love like this. Oh, I never see anyone will give me love like this. Oh, I never see anyone will give me love like this. I never see anyone will give me love like this.
Is Kesh still on?
No, he's on his own now.
Yeah, he's on. He has to be on his own. But obviously, they must still be good pals because he's doing a collabo with Fireboy, who's under Olamide's label. I was gonna ask if Kesh is still under Olamide's label.
Yeah, no. You know, Olamide, they didn't fight now.
Yeah.
Olamide usually just give, even Fireboy probably soon leave.
Fireboy is getting
the problem,
big. He's getting,
the reason Fireboy might
like
not
Fireboy
leave is I think they resigned. No, but I think he did something different. So Fireboy is signed, I think, to Empire Records.
Okay.
Through what's the name of YBNL. So I think he's signed. I think he's signed to Empire Records through YBNL. So I think it's a I know Olamide has a distribution deal with Empire. So I think they probably at that point re-signed him. But normally Olamide gives people 3-year contract.
Oh, it does?
Yeah.
Interesting.
At least that's what I heard. 3 years, and usually Lil Kesh was waiting for 3 years. There was somebody else before Lil Kesh.
Olamide too.
Somebody else after. There were people.
Olamide seemed like just like Don Jazzy, like we're talking about. Olamide too seems to do good business. So he's churned out some really good artists.
Okay, so he used to have Lil Kesh, Victor. I knew I was missing somebody. Adekunle Gold.
Adekunle Gold, yeah.
Yeah, I was like, I knew he had.
Does he still have
else.
Adekunle Gold?
No.
Olamide has churned out some artists.
Yeah.
Who else would you say has been a good label boss, like in terms of business? In terms of the business.
I think in terms of business, I
Yeah.
don't know about Olamide. I think the only person that has done a good job with business is Mavens.
I mean, Don Jazzy. Yeah.
Jazzy.
But why wouldn't you name Olamide? We just named a couple artists that Olamide produced.
But is that business? Like, when you mean business, what do you mean?
When I mean business, I don't necessarily mean
it could be like a sporting talent.
Yeah, I mean like in terms of sporting talent,
talking about sporting
grooming
talents,
and taking them to the next level.
Yeah, grooming, taking them, but you see, then the next level is not with him. But then again, with Mavis, I think Don Jazzy is the only one trying to do it where I could be your next level. You don't have to leave like Tiwa left and what's his name? Wandeko left. You know, I can be your next level. So that's what the Mavis structure is.
I mean, we can admit Don Jazzy is up there. I mean, the fact that he's even done it for this long.
He's the only one that has a structure, proper structure, because every other label has 1 artist, 2 artists.
He's got a good blueprint.
Yeah, the reason I say that is because a lot of people will be like, "What about DMW?" I don't really consider them a strong record label. I really think.
Wale, come on, man.
This is why I say it.
Mayor Cool.
No, wait. This is why I'm saying.
I mean, but can we at least go down the list of artists?
I don't know. So again, this is why I'm saying it. See, when we were shouting Peruzzi, only to find out that the time they took picture with Peruzzi was not really even signing any documents.
Okay.
So I look at them more like a clique.
Okay.
I don't know, and the business. I've also heard stuff like, they basically go out there, perform, sing, and they keep their money. Like, I don't think it's a structure.
Yeah.
And when I say a structure, so I think Davido has done, out of every artist that has, I think he has the most talent.
Okay.
At least presently on his roster. Mayokun, Peruzzi is enough. Dremo, he got the girl Lighter. It's on his roster. The business side of it, I don't really know how that's run, and I'm not really sure it's like any. Like I feel like with Jazzy, he has an A&R team. Jazzy said one of the reasons why he didn't sign Fowls was because it was different for him, where Fowls already had a team coming with him. Jazzy feels like he's the one to provide you that team.
Mm-hmm.
Do you get what I'm saying? Okay. So he's the structure. It's like I get signed to Sony today. Sony is going to give me a manager if I don't have one. Sony is going to give me lawyers. Sony is going to give me everything I need. Do you get what I'm saying? I feel like with DMW, it's more like a bunch of friends hanging out that are talented, and they go out there. They feel like, guys, go out there, sing song, whatever you make from the song, that's your money. Do you get? Because a real label, you're going to be paying me money.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Money. Because I'm putting money to spend on you.
I think I have a good comparison.
What?
DMW is like another OVO sweatshop.
It's like another OVO sweatshop, exactly.
All the artists, right? The really
like
good
OVO,
artists, they
like
all write for
OVO,
him.
Yes.
Now, they all help each other. They all collaborate.
Yes, but
you know that ultimately the organ
exactly.
is this is the
and
money maker here.
OVO has some talented people in there. So this is not about they have talented people.
OVO had talented people.
OVO used to have
that got overshadowed.
Used to have the Weekend.
Yeah, Weekend had to leave.
Had to leave, exactly. So it's the same
Party
thing.
Next Door.
Party Next Door is still there. What's the name of those guys? The two of them.
I know he has
Majid also.
Yeah, Majid.
Yeah, there's a lot of people in there. So
I love McConnell had to leave.
I love McConnell too. Left. Yeah. So there's a lot of. So that's how I see DMW.
Yeah, it's a sweatshop.
I see.
But they still make it work.
They still make it work.
They still make it work.
And that's why I'd say like a gang. Yeah. It's like a bunch of close knit friends or people who at least have.
I would agree with you on that one.
YBNL, I see it's a little bit more of a label to them because, especially with the move with Empire now.
Yes,
it's kind of like, okay, you have an official label. Just like I look at YBNL like I look at Triple MG.
Okay,
Triple MG is under Universal, I think, or
I think it was
under Def Jam.
Well, it was Def Jam initially.
Def Jam,
then I think they got a deal with another label. But it was three of them were like the big ones: Wale, Rick Ross, and Meek. Mill. Yeah,
there used to be this guy, some other guy. But those Maybach Music, Atlantic. Sorry, it's on the Atlantic.
Okay.
So the albums are distributed by Atlantic. It's the same way YBNL has a distribution, like I said, with Empire.
Yeah.
So that's how I see it. That's my correlation with YBNL is the Triple MG of Nigeria, and you have, but I think Mavins is the Empire of Nigeria. It's the only one.
They like the Def Jam.
Or the Def Jam. There we go, Def Jam.
They like the Def Jam.
When Def Jam was run by
Russell Simmons.
Yeah. That's it. That's and
so what other bosses would you say?
I won't even say what was this guy? What was this guy on that? So what's the guy I say?
So Def.
What was the
Jermaine Dupri?
What was running Def at one point? Right? What was he running?
Oh, he was running So Def.
Def. Yeah.
I think he was it was Def Jam Atlanta or something. Def Jam South Africa.
So let's say like the Russell Simmons Def Jam. That's what this Don Jazzy does, and that's the only concrete label I can say we have.
So what other labels or what other labels
would
you
Kenny's
say?
Music in the past now.
Kenny's Music that was before Mo Hits now.
Yes, now Kenny's Music had P Square, Two Face.
It was D1 and
KK and D1.
KK and D1. Yeah. And they had that program on AIT, right?
It was on it's not Sound City.
It was on AIT though.
Maybe
it was on AIT. Something I forgot what it was, but they used to like play records. Yeah. That was a dope show.
Storm wasn't bad before Storm collapsed.
Storm had Nito C.
We've spoken about Nito C, Sasha, Ikechukwu.
Yeah. Ikechukwu, he had he popped and then he
most
fizzled.
Most of these other records were one man show. Square Records was P Square. P Square is when they left. That's when they left. After Kenny's Music.
And then they wait. P Square was under Kenny's.
Yes. Yeah, Kenny's had everybody.
Yeah, that's true.
Everybody
they had them Two Face then. They had Plantation Boys.
Kenny's.
They had what's the name?
Who did Kenny's Music?
Modemeta Shiri.
Yes, now
what's the name?
2032 line is Remedies.
Remedies. Yo.
Let me read their former artists for you.
Then they had the
let
sister too.
Let me read their
who's
former
also an
artists. They
artist.
had Casey Fresh. That was Casey
Yep.
and Fresh. The Casey we know today.
Yeah.
They had OJB, RIP OJB. They had
RIP.
Tony Tetula. They had Two Face. They had Goldie, RIP Goldie.
Yeah.
Sound Sultan.
Yeah.
The sister Kenny St. Brown.
Give the sister.
They
Yeah.
had that song with that green.
Yep.
Turn it around.
Yep.
They had J1. They had Shino Peters at one point. They had
Really?
LD.
Wow.
They had Oladele Dell. That was the guy who used to be LD. Yeah.
Yeah. It was tribesmen now.
Tribesmen. Yeah. Then Idris Abdul Karim.
Yep. Because it was under
Yeah.
Remedies.
But I don't think they had Peace Girls. I thought they had
Imagine
Peace
they split up Remedies and they now signed all three of
Girls.
them.
All of them. So
Yeah,
so
that
think
was
about-
that
I don't
was
think they
one
had
of
Peace
the
Square.
one. That was one of
But
the first
since
labels.
then, everybody else has been by themselves. I mean, EME wasn't bad when EME had Wizkid.
They had
Skills,
Wizkid, Skills.
Niola, Mehdi.
Wait,
not Mehdi.
wait. EME
Not-
had Niniola.
Not Niola. There's a girl called Niola.
Niola, okay.
Yeah. Then so what did I say Mehdi? Sorry. There's another guy.
Mehdi was under them P Square now.
Mehdi was on that Square Records.
Yeah.
There's another guy. I forget his name. Wizkid really likes that guy. He's still there, or he was there in EME. So that was it. But
But Banky W is now an
this
evangelist, by
guy's
the way.
Chocolate City.
Wait, I'll get to that. But you know,
Oh, yeah,
Banky W is now an
yeah,
evangelist.
That was good for him.
Yeah,
I've been seeing him preach.
he's prophesizing.
Yeah, that's good.
Chocolate
I wonder
City.
if he's going to try and go back to politics. It's hard for you.
I
to
wonder.
be pastor. I
wonder.
because he
His
doesn't-
transition has been interesting.
Yeah.
Like, let's keep it real. I knew
Omah his life. Oh,
Banky W as like a tri-state player. Like this,
his life, man.
you know, this guy ran these streets out here, right?
Life comes at you.
He was an R&B guy. He was a local, kind of like a local talent among us. And then he headed to Naija, got even bigger, signed arguably one of the biggest
This kid, yeah,
artists to ever come out of Naija.
lost him.
Became an actor.
Yes,
Yeah. And then
still sang songs for himself.
yeah, and then tried to transition into politics.
Yes, and now he's a pastor.
And now is he an actual pastor?
Or now he's preaching.
He's preaching. His transition has been interesting, but he's also had a very interesting career too.
Yes,
I mean, he gave us Wizkid, whether we like it or not.
of course.
You know what I'm
Of
saying?
course, and
That's
why
huge.
He was in the Smile video.
Yeah.
he's made.
Oh, he was in Smile video. I don't remember seeing
him
him.
and the guy who they co-owned EME.
I don't remember seeing him.
At the end, I think.
At the
Yeah, I
end.
mean, Wizkid knows they without Banky was one who signed Wizkid. Without
Okay.
Banky, there'll be no Wizkid.
Yeah.
He always had that in his arsenal.
So you mentioned Chalk City.
Chalk City was good. Ice Prince, Jesse Jack.
They had a good
MI,
run. They had a good run.
what's
They had a
his-
decent
what's the name
run.
of that guy, Brian Moon.
Yep.
Had a decent run.
They had a decent run. Although I don't they have a distribution deal, and I don't know any artist that's under them. It's weird. Who else? What other labels? What other imprints
Again,
out
most
there?
people were just one artist, one
Mm-hmm.
one label. You know what I mean? You had the Kiss Daniel one, the guy Empire G
Kiss
Worldwide.
Daniel, yeah, G Worldwide.
It was him and that other guy that sang Hola Hola.
Kiss Daniel is such a talent, man. I feel like he's one of the more underrated artists out there.
But back to
He's such a talent.
But which is where I say this guy has tried, is we'll have to call Mo Hits again, because
Oh, hits.
Mavis and Mo Hits was fire.
Mm-mm-mm.
When you have the band and One Day Cole in your label,
Your roster.
your roster,
One Day Go has children in this
I
Afrobeat
love
game that we're
that
talking about.
booty bounce is an amazing song.
So let's talk about it, man. Let's have the discussion.
Guy, that
Let's
song
go
was
there.
Amazing.
So there was someone had put out, was it a tweet? What was the source of it, Wale? Someone
it
had
was a
asked the
tweet.
question
So
that put it out there in terms
it was
of
a tweet.
what are the greatest
It was
Afrobeat albums.
Cracks TV.
Cracks TV? Okay.
I think it was Cracks TV.
What are the greatest
So he
albums?
said, which is the best album of all time?
Yes.
Now,
All right.
the list,
who
they put
are-
9
are the
albums.
nominees?
They put
Yes.
9 albums. Get Squared by P Square,
Yes.
which is a good album. We take it to the left, to the right,
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
the front. I think that's the same album that had I can't remember. I should remember because I have all P-Square's album. I think this album has Busybody.
We could take a look at it.
Yeah, it has Busybody. Yeah,
Busybody.
Story. Uncle, please tell us a story. Then has Oga Police. He say your love no they lie. Guy, play Temptation real quick. Guy, that beginning of Temptation. What? Oh, guy, yeah, no. You have to stop it and start from the beginning.
Okay, hold on.
Because that's the thing that makes that song. Do the volume.
It's not temptation.
Yeah, I don't even know this at the beginning. Yeah, this was a hit.
This not temptation.
Play it.
I said this not temptation.
Next song.
With a little confusion.
Then we started Omah Game Me. Remember this song? Yeah, this was like the first real heartbreak song that we all had. You know, he had songs, you know, Your Name, Say Hello. This is how they actually all hits, like at the time. But the
album.
standard now. The next album on the list is Nice Gongwaso.
You know, I'm already biased towards this. You know, the first concert I ever went to.
We went to the same concert.
Period. Like,
was that your first ever concert?
Ever.
No.
Was the only human being that could bring me out of my house.
Where
was
Where
nice.
was that? Was that in Baltimore?
It was Baltimore.
I remember that.
It was Baltimore. I remember where it was a hall. It wasn't a club.
It was a hall. And they set chairs. They put chairs in front.
Yeah.
I still have a picture from that day.
Yeah.
Actually. I think we have a picture together from that day.
Yes, we do. I was back in the NS 1463 days.
Maybe you can put it up for them to see if you find it.
This was, for me, I'm very biased on this album. One of the whole thing, everyone knew every lyric. It was the first album that I'd heard that really blended like contemporary pop, hip hop, you know, R&B type sound, production with a Naija guy rapping on it. I'd never heard it before. Can you think of anyone
that song like
before this?
That did what?
That like with a Naija guy rapping in Yoruba dialect. But then on contemporary beats like
no.
That's what I'm saying. On this kind of like production.
Street Credibility was a hit. Start with that one first. Street Credibility was a hit. Ooh.
I mean, you got I mean, this could be an R&B song, and this guy was spitting.
My name again, it's like it's so what make you go insane. I'll be the chosen one. I remain no para of Naija land. My brain drain, working all day like say I know be my man.
Streets keep urging me to do more.
Once I come with this,
God.
animosity. I be the great one. I'm a boy, sure I'm beyond the beef talk.
Just like a man. It's all the proverbs he was always using. Hey, I beg you, about the meji. Let's party right. Go next, just go next. Out of Naija,
straight from Naija, street credibility.
I don't know any other song that was Yoruba that Two-Face was on at the time. Yeah. Then the next one, that used to be my nickname at one point.
No.
Let's play that one too. Yeah, 4. Yeah.
Yeah, this was.
Let's go there. Let's go there. You know, he actually started that slang. Let's go there because it became a slang at one point. I mean.
Let's go there. I'm a party rider.
That's before you get to that.
Wait. So what wasn't it? It was ID Kabasa now that produced this whole thing.
Yeah,
amazing.
ID Kabasa is the one that did Olamide. But before you go to that track 10, play 11. Okay,
this was my favorite. Yeah. This shit,
even Casa Final.
Shit. I mean, listen to these strings.
From the beginning, I like the kind of life why they live.
Mike, the DJ was supposed to play this song on my wedding day now. He skipped it. I was so mad. I mean, this was like a Spanish vibe.
It's in my memory. Just the first time we met, she has been like this. That's why I treat you like a queen. She called
That's
me
our final
king, like
twist,
I
bro.
realize we can raise a family. I can't deny, yeah, that I love and die. She be the woman of my life, trust, no be lie. I feel alright whenever she's by my side. I'm proud to be a Mr. Right, cause I know she's gonna be my bride. I laid up so I can watch her take the lead.
It's too bad because we won't to play a lot of these on YouTube. Agbeshulena.
No, you might be able to though, because this album was
It's kind of old.
They're old. They're not on that.
Obviously you had
before
you
you play
had
that one. Okay,
What?
let's play 11 first,
11.
because that one has to be the last song. Then play 11. This is a good song.
This was another one. Like, listen to this. This sounds like a Lighthouse song. Like it's a pop record. Photocopy, cool, easy. You can never be like me.
That was it. Alakomeji Records. That was his record label. Yeah. You can never be like me.
And this is when he was actually spitting. No need.
Nice.
This is my favorite one. You know you are missing. You know Omah. You know. Cause I be Alakomeji.
Photocopy. Then track 10, the song of there's
And
no
then
today
this was it.
till today.
This was it.
Till today.
This song came up in the club and everywhere
You know,
everybody went nuts.
I think he performed the song 5 times that day.
Everybody goes nuts. There were guys that were like,
Shout out to the groupies.
there were guys that were dying to get on stage
Yes,
with this guy.
Some certain groupies we know.
Hey, let's not go there. Gongo Show was the record.
Yeah,
I said, the
I
first
wish we had, because I don't have a video from that day, man. I actually wish I
it was a dope record, but this is this,
that's instrumental though. Yeah, there it is.
I remember hearing this. I'm like, wait, what is this?
The beat was crazy.
ID Kabasa was
I think he's one
he
of
did his thing.
No, I'm a fire. Don't be pissed off. This time no body. And I sing law, Bowe law, Bakadim law. To the breaker down, Ben law. You owe money.
Go your party there.
Chiquito day, yeah. Hey, I say, sharks Scotty. You say, till you shark Scotty, till your eye dirty. From now till eternity. This song actually, like, if you listen to the lyrics of the song, is
come on. This was the album from start to finish. Classics.
But let's go. Let's move on the list.
All right. So what else do we have?
This list is the last 3 songs were the albums were kind of but this list is tough. When the next one we have is Grass to Grace by Two-Face Idibia, man.
This was the one that had.
I'm calling you Ole.
Yeah, this was.
So my heart away.
Yeah, this was the one that had.
It's Ole on there. Ole
You
is
are
not
my
on there.
African queen.
Sorry, Ole is not Grass to Grace. So Ole is no, African Queen is not Grass to Grace. That's
Oh, it's not.
his first album. This is his second album. Dang.
It is. So what was the record on this one?
I remember that album name. Snap. It's something similar like that.
I remember this. Remember this record?
True Love, yeah. It's True Love.
This was a jam.
I think it was Face to Face. That's what that album was called, yeah. to live here before.
You see, true love, she used to leave here before. But I done messed up and threw her out the door.
Okay, you also had See Me So.
Yeah. His first album was Face to Face, and that's the one that had.
I mean, look at this album cover now.
Yes, now. That was Kenny's music. It says Kenny's music on there, right?
Yeah, it does. Kenny's music group.
Yeah, Kenny's music. Get no more. That's all I have to do.
How do I come up with you? See, I'm looking for the one to satisfy me. Looking for someone to love me completely.
Looking for someone. For Instance wasn't bad.
Yeah,
For Instance.
yeah.
Saying I'm the ballet of Nigeria.
Yeah. So,
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Even See Me So.
yeah, See Me So was another record.
This was a politics. This was like an activist kind of song.
Yeah.
But See Me So.
When you had See
As
Me
you
So.
see me so, I
Yeah.
don't send you.
As you see me so.
That's what no mean say
I don't send you. I don't send you.
Yeah. Even though Shaking was a good one. After you can do.
Oh, so what was the next
Play No
album?
Shaking. Let me. No, actually, that one is okay. It's okay. Actually, Play My Love because that features VIP. I don't know why all of them have VIP there, but My Love is the one that features VIP 12.
I think this must be
My
like,
love is here to stay. This was a Ghana. This was when Ghana and Naija collabos were just because Tony Tetula had collabos with VIP. I think it was VIP. Yeah, they're Ghanaians.
I don't remember.
We're here now. You don't know this song?
No, I remember the song. I don't remember VIP.
Okay. Next album is you're not gonna find it on social media on any streaming platform.
Oh,
The band
yeah.
Entertainer, yeah, it's not there.
Yeah, how come?
I guess in their splits they didn't.
Oh, they didn't sort this one out,
sort it
Abi.
out, yeah, it's not the Entertainer album.
Damn. Well, that was the Entertainer album. That was one that had. Wait, what records did that one have again? Yeah, there's so many songs missing from all hits.
That what's his name? The Omah, you don't make me fall in love. Then Alone My J.
Yeah,
I'm an entertainer.
Yeah.
Bono Feli B. I told you no gone.
Okay, yeah, that was the big record. That was the big
then
one.
The
That
next
was the big
album
one.
is Asha.
Asha.
Yeah.
Yeah, this was her debut album, Abi.
Yeah, be back in. That one had be
What
back
was
in.
it called?
It's
Remind me.
Asha is the first.
Oh
album.
yeah, it was
self-titled. That's one that Jela. Play Jela. That's a good song.
Yeah, this was
Jela and Bimbake were the 1 and 3 were the main songs. Then Fire on the Mountain 2 wasn't bad.
yeah, this is a good album.
This album was done well.
Yeah,
It was created
It was
well.
produced overseas. I
Yeah, it
remember.
was created well. So like the quality compared to the previous 4 albums, even with the next album.
Wait, the previous? This was the first album.
No,
now.
as in the previous albums we've spoken about.
Oh yeah,
and
yeah,
even
yeah,
the next
yeah.
album on the list.
I mean,
it was done. Yeah.
this was done. You could tell like an engineer was involved. Like there were things involved with this one.
I'm a prisoner, you're a
Prisoner to Mr. Jailer.
I have fears.
That's right.
You have fears too.
I remember this. You know what? This album was bringing back memories. I remember who put me on it.
Beautiful.
It was this girl I was seeing at the time. And I don't know, it's just bringing back some. It's bringing back some memories. Bringing back some memories.
But Nigeria wasn't ready for this.
Yeah, they weren't ready.
Because if she drops it now, this album will do well.
Yeah, it was.
The Maki was a sad song. And then Fire on the Mountain was the other one that made it. That was pretty popular in Nigeria. Ish.
This was the one that hit for me. Because this was like the ballad
Yeah,
that
was
people
not
loved.
bad. That was not bad. But they were not ready for the album. Yeah, this was not bad. Yeah, this was like a wonderfully sung song. Alright, let's go to the next album. The next album, which might be one of my favorite albums of all time. Mushi to Mohit.
This was it, man. For me, this
Mushi to Mohit.
we're not going to reveal what our top 3 is, but we're going to get there.
Mushi to Mohit.
Unfortunately, it's not on here either. I remember searching for it. Oh wait, hold on.
Mushi then number 2. Or just type one Nico. Yeah, that's it now.
No, this is the essentials. This one that had like a bunch of the songs on there.
Okay. Well, that's the song. Go to one Nico. Oh, that's the best we can find.
Yeah.
Well, You Bad was on there.
So this was the best of One Day Cole.
But Kiss Your Hand was on the
Kiss Your Hand. This was on there. Yeah.
Allow me to kiss your hand.
Give them bumper to bumper.
Give us, dude, hits upon hits upon hits.
WC.
Come on. This guy birthed a lot of niggas in this industry. BT. Don Baba J.
One Day Cole. Now do the beat. Don Baba J. 2 years ago when I was in Mushi, some of them they do me.
This was a turn up. This was the whole festival.
Then let me tell you one of the songs that my money. This is actually all the songs. All the songs were on the album.
No, it wasn't. No, there's some that were
all the songs were on the album. Dark Ball. Please, you have to play Dark Ball's part at the end, man. Because since we don't get yet the banjo on this thing. So, guys, all the songs were on the album.
They were?
Yeah.
Taboo
is on the album.
Oh, Lulufetu was there.
That was a hit.
The whole shit was straight bangers.
I know you want it, was you bad? Even Bananas was on the album.
See this man, give this man his flowers while he's here. You don't understand. This guy birthed. Oh yeah. It was created by Lanky.
The guy just put it there because this was not. Please fast forward to the band's part. The Dark Ball.
Listen to this.
Is it? And this next part was my favorite part of the song before the band's part. They say, Bonita Lolomo. Bonita Lolomo. Before they started calling me,
it sounded like a freestyle.
Yeah, it sounded like a freestyle.
Like he was just riffing.
Yeah, like,
this guy was
because I just said he begged him to come back.
Really?
Just like he begged him to come back to Ravens.
This was prime. Like, would you agree that this was prime Don Jazzy beats, prime like more hits?
One Day Cole's a genius.
Do you know how many people are still using the same kind of formats for their songs?
I'm the band. Dark Ball, the band.
Horrible.
That guy was actually an entertainer. A sexy lady.
Hey, sexy girl, you know you turn me on. You make me wanna rock your body to the early morning. Oh, girl, I like the way you twist and wind, the way you back that thing up on me. Girl, you blow my mind. I wanna be close to you today. I want you to stay with me, baby, today. I wanna make love to you today.
Play Ubon the Maga.
This was another banger. Listen to this.
On the same album. No, Don Jazzy actually tried. After SARS, I think I'll give it to Don Jazzy.
When this song came out, I remember niggas used to fight in the club in this song. It was like another knock.
God, don't change my water to wine. You won't come change them back to water. Are you mad?
Like niggas. Just okay. I mean, giving us for sit for
As in,
settle.
it started with you, like,
how
this
did
is
they
what
come up with these concepts?
There's one day, man. Yeah, as God don't change my water to wine. Who born the maga? As God don't change my water to wine, you won't come change them back to water. Hey.
My shine.
There's a line they say, me I be Arsenal, you be man. No, me I be man, you be Arsenal. I was like, yeah. That's one, man. Waiting never find you. Oh yeah, this is where I said it. Say, you be Arsenal, me I be man, you. Find you. Ah no, this was actually a nice song, man. I will find you.
I think
Play Ololufero. Just a brief
people
part
don't
of it.
realize. Okay, hold on. Let me play.
This is for the lovers. This one. Now wedding day song. I go play this one. Now wedding day. Let's play this one. And he could sing. He showed that he could sing on this song.
Yeah, he could.
He hit some notes that I don't think anyone else in the industry, at least any male, can hit in the industry.
And he had this unique voice, man. I mean, if like we wouldn't have whiskey if not for people like this. I mean, let's be honest.
This kid came out before this guy now. Abi?
Before Wande Cole,
This kid was on MI's oh no, it didn't come out before one day. I'm sorry. I don't know what I was thinking. Sorry. No. I was thinking of something else.
That's what I'm saying. Wande Cole birthed a lot of like these artists. And when I say he birthed them, it was more witches.
I think he's the one that wrote Wine Me too.
He wrote a lot of those songs, yeah.
I wish they recorded these songs today because the quality was so much better and they have been mastered and mixed and let's move on to the next album. Next album. So at this point, I have an issue with this, and you'll be surprised that I have an issue with it because the next album is made in Lagos.
Made in Lagos.
I think if they were going to put a Wizkid album, it should have been a Superstar album.
I disagree.
I think production-wise, Made in Lagos is the best album on this list.
I would even take Ayo over Superstar.
Go to Superstar, please.
I'll take Ayo over
Go to
Superstar.
Superstar.
I remember Superstar. It was a good album.
Go to Superstar. Just type Wizkid. If we're talking about Nigerian greatest album, it starts with No Lily.
I don't know. So this was a good record.
Ask my sister.
I'm just saying, as an album.
Music travel, no visa. Oh yeah, ask your sister. They play Pakurumo.
I mean, we all know the songs.
Yeah.
This Pakurumo.
Always scatter the floor. Omah,
I mean,
Don't
there were
dull.
records
Don't
on it.
dull.
I know. But
All out your boy.
if I want to pick this album versus Made in Lagos,
Tease Me. Tease Me was revolutionary as it's a freestyle. It's a freestyle.
hey, look, this, but you know this is also subjective to an extent.
But again, personally,
The truth of the matter is that by the time Wizkid came out with this, I'd heard people like
of course, I
you know what I'm
understand.
saying? That's why for me it wasn't
Yes,
like enough.
yes.
Made in Lagos for me is like next
No
level.
daily. Yes,
You want me to
you
play
know,
what else?
Don't do. Or tease me, play Tease Me.
When I listen to Don't Door now, it sounds cute.
Because it had, I don't know. I love Superstar. I love Made in Lagos. You know that. I don't think anyone loves Made in Lagos more than me. But I just felt like maybe nostalgia. Even Wiz Party was a freestyle that had the last song. It had a free space for a free verse. It was not a complete song.
So we played 2 songs, right?
Yeah.
Okay, what are that
Tease
songs?
Me.
Tease Me.
It's after this.
I think there's 17 songs here.
So
Okay, this was the record. I remember this was the record.
even for me, fine girl, no pimples.
I love your swag, I love your demo.
But you see, like this is 17 songs, right? There are a lot of songs that we're not necessarily like in love with here. Like it's not like a body of work that almost.
I understand. I mean, if he did it today, probably wouldn't. He would take some songs out, but
which is why I don't rank it as high. It's a good album, it's a classic, but
okay. So let's go to Made in
they
Lagos.
also had Papu,
Of course,
this was
Papu,
another classic.
Well, Made in Lagos now, production-wise, I don't think there's any album that is on this list that was as produced professionally as Made in Lagos.
Kind of album.
Like, what are you
Next
telling
level.
me? Made in Lagos, from Reckless to
He
Blessed.
didn't even have Joro on this joint.
Smile, yeah.
He didn't even have Joro on it.
He didn't put
I mean,
Sucker.
he first gave us this
He
one.
didn't put Ghetto Love.
He first gave us this one.
Give us Smile. See, you can listen to the beat. This album produced.
Vibing.
Production wise, no album we play today beats this album. So nice.
Like I literally, when I listen to this, I listen to the whole thing.
Of course, this is an amazing
front to
album.
back. You know, then he gave us obviously
If you want make a ginger, give me.
even from the opening record. From the opening record, it's like
Of course.
he slapped you with Reckless, like the heck.
No.
And then you have songs like this. For me, it's like, you know, I feel like part of it is also nostalgia too.
For which one?
Like for your love for
Superstars.
Superstars.
Of course, yeah.
A lot of it is also nostalgia. So what other albums? Made in Lagos?
The next album was Lamide Baddest Guy by Livet. That album probably had like 45 songs on it.
It had a lot of albums. It had a lot of, which is why I didn't necessarily have this on my top. Okay, let me stop this.
Yeah, Baddest Guy by Livet. It probably has like.
It was a dope ass.
How many songs is there? Go scroll down. I want to see.
21.
I told you it's probably like, because I remember.
It was, but it had good hits.
It had Let Down Mio. It had Bado Love was not bad. Church was not bad. Sitting on the throne. Turn up. Oh yeah, turn up. Play Sitting on the Throne. Turn up. Even Jurosoke. Check it Wale. Jurosoke. Play that one. Man.
This was the one that Jurosoke was. Turn up. But he had too many records on
21 it. Kilo Day. Bado. This guy has like 500 songs out. On albums, or no? Yeah, this is.
Wasn't this his? Wait, wasn't this his?
Take It Outside.
His first hit?
Basta. No, he had an album.
No, but I'm saying his first hit.
Basta. Baskets. Take It Inside. That's right. On time. Maybe My Lover is not bad. Play that one. Before there's one song I want to play, but play Yemi and Lover first. You play Yemi and Lover. Yemi My Lover.
As an album, I would.
There's too many songs.
I would still rank The Green's first album.
Of course,
this.
yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. Scroll down to second album, because the album we all know is Dark Green's second album.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
Oh, he had an album for that.
Yeah. Play Yemi My Lover.
This song is all about realness.
Realness. Then the last song I want to play Sitting on the Throne.
Bad man with no witness.
Rastafari has been my witness.
YBNL.
Business.
DJ Anyone.
You left me alone, so you're not coming back.
What the lie about Lamide is, you see, do you hear DJ Any Money? He's been rocking with this guy since.
Mama, she love you for me, ma. Mama, she love you for me, ma. Yagolana, she mo joy me, my love, and Yagolana.
You can play Sitting on the Throne, number 13. This is Olamide rapping. You remember this song? I don't know if you heard it. I'm sitting on the throne. It's actually rapping. Wait.
I'm sitting on the throne. Me obey my get the chairman. I'm sitting on the throne. Me oba reminisce Dalaga. I'm sitting on the throne. I'm a grown man and a young body. I'm sitting on the throne. I ain't got beef with nobody. So fuck what you heard. Everybody now king for your lane. I don't do dirt. I'm a king, got a joke with my name.
This was
That was first of all go down. That was on the Burna Boy's African Giant was the last album on the list.
That was the last album?
On the list. The 9 albums. I gotta wrap up soon, by the way.
Yeah.
I don't know, based on this list.
I mean, we already know about African Giant. I mean, this was
big body,
you can't deny.
Latin.
But it was also a front to back album too, right? I mean, you would agree.
Of course.
I mean, and it had 17 songs.
Of course.
It was definitely front to back. Like everything. I remember
because I swear to God, the Bible killing them. Like that.
Then he now give us he now gave us this one again.
Song that Peruzzi.
And he was dropping videos for this shit.
Track 16.
Then he gave us like
Kelpie vibes.
It's Kelpie vibes.
Yeah. You know this song? Take a wild guess how many million views on the low has on YouTube.
100 million?
196.
Wow. I was pushing it with 100 million.
It's actually more than Ye.
Really?
Yes.
And this album didn't even have Ye.
I'm
It
glad.
didn't even have Ye.
I'm glad that On the Low is like it's one of its biggest songs on YouTube.
So as a Burna Boy fan, your word means a lot to me. Would you take this as his? Because you know his whole discography.
It's his best album.
Yes.
Honestly,
Honestly.
pause this thing.
How'd you think it there, right?
Because let me tell you something. Scroll up. No, scroll down. Right there.
Yeah, he had
there.
Outside, and I know you liked Outside.
Play.
And I loved Redemption.
Play, no, scroll up before
which
even
was
this
like
Redemption.
an EP.
Play. Even this. Let me give you songs to play. Play PHCT Vibration of this album.
But this wasn't like a popular song.
It's not about being popular. Okay, fine.
This wasn't a popular
okay, play
song.
Heaven's Gates. Play Heaven's Gates.
Was that the popular song?
No, it's not about
Oh,
popular.
yeah.
Listen to this
Heaven's
song.
Gates.
The transitioning in the song. He changed flows 3 times in the song. Then it was just amazing. Production wise, brilliant. Streets of Africa, another brilliant song. He did.
Anyway, I thought you was a G, but you're any snake. I swear that you can't come around my estate. And I go on like say you're bad and brave, but that's when me come from.
You know the funny thing is when this album dropped, my favorite song on the album was not even Ye. Ye was my second favorite song. My first favorite song was the song after Ye. Yeah, played. That was my favorite song.
I remember this song now. I remember this song. I remember this song.
This is my favorite song.
This was my
Yeah.
jam.
So I used to play it backwards. I'll play this one first, then go back to Ye. No, I don't know. Honestly.
I know you know what I'm coming for.
These are for the people that only learned of Burna Boy after African Giant. This man's
After Ye.
after Ye. This man's catalog
Even
can't be
outside.
fucked with.
Even if you play outside, play outside is the last one. Play outside. In fact, this whole album, play outside. The last song. If you play the last song outside, Calm Down was a good song. Outside Devil in Cali. Look, this album, I'm not gonna lie, this album was slept on.
Rules outside, you move outside.
Move outside.
Better not get confused outside. Never lose outside.
Just let it play a little bit. So.
You know if you know go. Don't try and reap what you don't. So anytime you dip a road, better don't.
Give them Mabel.
I can't remember how it happened.
Is she British?
I think Mabel is.
I feel like this was like his full.
This was when Burna Boy. I listened to the album. I said Burna Boy is ready.
Yeah, and I feel like this was like his full British debut.
Yes.
Like you could tell like
he was
like
but he did
Britain
some
had
songs in
embraced
Cali.
him.
That's why I has like Devil in Cali. But this album was like let it go a little bit. It was like. So, if you play Calm Down a little bit, the beginning, Calm Down reminds me of the last song on Twice as Tall, which is the one, Bank on It. Yeah, because when I heard Bank on It, I was like, this is like Calm Down. So you hear, wait, ease it into it.
And that's another thing about Burna too. The uniqueness of his voice, man. You can't deny it.
Nobody bigger fan than this guy than me, man. I can tell you that for sure. No one can. Yeah, I've listened to this album. Even Spaceship was nice. What do you call it? Preemie, Redemption. Lately, I've been.
This was a jam. I repeated this song so many times. Listen.
Lately I've been on my toes.
Enemies been on a mission.
That's right.
Fuck 'em, I'ma do the most.
See them multiply.
That's right.
Don't tell me what am I to do when everybody hate on you. So how am I supposed to feel?
How am I supposed to do?
When niggas tryna scheme on me, niggas never been real to me. Niggas just make believe. Last night I had a dream. Somebody gave me a time machine. Flew through the times back and forth. Still ain't changed nothing at all. Not even all of my bad luck. Not even all the times I broke the Lord. Lately I've been on my toes. Enemies been on a mission. Fuck 'em, I'ma do the most.
Keep moving here. So I've also alright, fine.
So
rating his albums, his last 3 albums, Outside, African Giant. In fact, rating all his albums.
On a Spaceship was another
on
classic.
Spaceship, if you even go down to Life, that's
Like, Life was another
leaving an impact for eternity. You know, play Run My Race real quick for people. You know,
the man. No, when I'm about to make this a Burna Boy, show. This guy.
Come on.
Aristocrat Records.
No, we're not about to make this up all about Burna. Let's get to it.
Waiting this up.
So I asked you a question. Rank Burna Boy albums. Number 1.
Who don't know me?
Number 1.
All his albums.
No, number 1 album.
Number 1 album.
Yeah. Your personal don't rate it based off of reception
My
or critical
personal
reception.
favorite album,
Yes.
Burna Boy album, is Outside.
Outside.
Okay. I love Outside. It's a short album.
Number 2.
Number 2 is gonna be African Giant.
Number 3.
Twice as Tall.
I'm surprised you didn't name any of the previous ones. I loved On the Spaceship.
No, I wish he put that song on Redemption. The one that I don't think Hallelujah is on any Hallelujah. I don't think it's on any album.
No, I don't
He
think
should have
so.
put that on Redemption. I think he should have also put
So let's get back to the original ranking that we're talking about.
this song. Put this on Google this song real quick. Burna Boy. It's on Deja Vu. I think you should have put Deja Vu on Redemption. If you had put Deja Vu and Hallelujah on Redemption, he
didn't have it on any of the albums.
Not on an album, man. Not on an album.
That face.
You have to play it now for the timer to go down.
Damn, they make you watch the commercials
That
now?
is usually covered by her phone has finally made an.
Oh yeah. Chopsticks. We need the whole album, the whole video for this, and he never.
Say me and give you a chance to my baby. Yeah, but
No, that's enough. We've played enough Burna songs. So let's talk about it.
God. So the list we put out earlier. So the albums were Get Squared, P Squared,
Top
Nice,
three.
Gonga, top three,
Ranked.
Based on what? Impact or based on quality? Because if it's based on
So
quality,
these were nominees for the greatest Afrobeat albums ever, right?
best Nigerian album of all time.
Bill was best Nigerian album of all time.
Yes,
Okay, that's because Asha is not really Afrobeat.
and that's why I said Superstar
Best Nigerian album of all time.
could be in that conversation because Superstar is a little more Afrobeatish than Made in Lagos. But
Okay.
again, don't get
Best
me wrong,
Nigerian album of all time.
Get Squared is not in there for me.
If you had to meet up with like
I would put it like
a
this.
foreign dignitary, right?
But again,
and they said, give us your best album that you've ever produced.
You see, that's why there's a problem because again, if you're talking about production wise and language barrier, you're going to give them either Asha or Made in Lagos. Like, in fact, Made in Lagos, an African giant would be what you give to them. But for Nigerians living in Nigeria that love the music, it's between Gongwaso and Mushin to Mohit. And I think I'll put Mushin to Mohit ahead because Gongwaso broke barriers with that song.
It did.
But the rest of the album, not necessarily because of the language barrier. Gongwaso, they didn't really know what they were singing. A lot of people, even us Yoruba people, some of the things they say we don't know.
Yeah.
But at least I don't know. But Mushin to Mohit had songs that everybody in the whole country could sing. But if you're saying present it to foreigner, of course, you give them Made in Lagos.
Okay.
When they hear, might be rough around the edges, maybe yes. Yeah, blessed. You're going to be
okay.
happy
But
now.
okay, so but what if this had nothing to do with foreigners? It was just within our own world of Nigeria.
Mushin to Mohit, Gongwaso, Made in Lagos.
Made in Lagos.
I'll put Made in Lagos over AG. No. Man.
So you think Mushin Mohit is the greatest Nigerian
so.
album ever made?
I think because it has love
It's up
songs
there.
like Ololufe.
It's up there, man.
It has
It's
Ubonde
up there.
Maga,
It's
it
up
has
there.
Bumper to bumper.
It's
You know,
up there.
this-
There were people that.
But again, nostalgia is playing a role in
It is.
this.
It is. No, but you also have to understand. Like, think
Because
of
African Giant is a solid
but
album.
but think of the UK, right?
What else?
Think of remember back then, Afrobeat was like a Naija thing initially, right? I mean, we all listened to it, but Mushin to Mohit, I remember being in the UK at the time, and they were like non-Nigerians bumping to this shit. I think for me it was the first time that I remembered like non-Nigerians being drawn to this music. I mean, D'banj was also huge. There were a lot of non-Nigerians that D'banj also kind of, like a lot of fans that he got. But Mushin to Mohit for me, it changed a lot in terms of what the potential for what Afrobeat could do.
I think you're gonna have to beat this episode into two parts.
But I feel like what made Mushin to Mohit so unique was that he wasn't like the typical.
The first of its kind.
He wasn't the typical singer. Like remember when we had that group? No,
Style Plus. You know?
Exactly.
Yeah, it wasn't
Style Plus. Is what I'm thinking about.
Or Plantation Boys.
Or like even P Square.
It wasn't Plantation
Those
Boys.
guys were a different kind of Afrobeat singers where they had like their verse, they came, they sang, they danced, and that was it, right? And D'banj was like the first one that we knew he wasn't really like a singer like that, right? But he was a great entertainer. And then we had Wande Cole. And there was something about Wande Cole that he wasn't the typical singer where it wasn't like the typical he'll give you a verse, he'll give you a lullaby, and then chorus. This guy was spitting and he was singing and he was putting bars together.
Wande Cole could even dance.
He was putting bars together and singing and then the choruses, like even the bridge, like they'll put a bridge in there. It was,
I love that overload.
It was different. It was different. Like he would throw a bridge in there.
There you go. I love that booty. I love that.
And then you go back into singing, rapping, singing, going back and forth. I mean, One Day Cole, to me, is the father of a lot of them. You know, and he gave people a format that they could copy. And then again, then you start having people like Wizkid that also played around with it. They came along, started dropping songs like Pakurumo, where they were doing everything, rapping in Yoruba,
Mission to Mo, it has to be number one.
Singing in Yoruba, also singing in English, adding slang to it. They just did everything versus Star Plus.
Star Plus was, it was.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, Star Plus did Imagine That and sang some parts in Yoruba, but it was primarily, like one day cool, and even the instrumentals, because the instrumentals of Star Plus were more melodic.
It was, exactly.
It was more like piano, keyboard.
Yes, it was like I listened to that now and I'm like,
for Mushi to Moe, it was Afrobeat.
Come on, come on.
Again, in that same album, he could then give us the piano with Ololufe,
and then he can switch it up on us. So I think we both agree that Mushi to Moe hits probably the come on, the whole album, bumper to bumper. Like he was rapping, singing.
Yeah, Taboo was. Yeah, the whole album was amazing from start to finish. So I'll give it.
Classic.
Classic.
We'll wrap up, man. Yeah, man. Man. Do you know how many topics that we skipped?
You gotta break it down to two.
I think it was worth it. There's a lot of topics here that we skipped, but yeah, but let's wrap it up, man. Before we go, man. Few things I wanted to bring up. Nah, we can't bring this up now.
Guys,
we can't bring this up now. We can't bring this up. It's a whole topic. All right, it's all good. It's all good.
We can do this next episode.
And Nori, any last words?
Man, Afrobeats to the world, man.
Afrobeats to the world, man. Afrobeats to the world.
When I tell people I'm an Afrobeats connoisseur,
Afrobeat is building a catalog, man. We now have different eras.
I love this genre.
We went from the Kenny's music era.
Yes.
Then
tell you, when they started popping was the whole.
Then the Mo Hits era. They took over.
Era, that was the same time we had people like, go fit to invite now, come my party.
Those guys.
That's when all those songs started to Afrobeat has tried.
They've evolved. They've evolved on many levels.
Very long way.
They evolved on many levels. All right, man. All right, bro. Before we forget, please don't forget to follow us on Facebook, The Smiling Sufferer, on Instagram, Smiling_Sufferer, and on Twitter @SmilingPod. We're going to be dropping more videos, more clips. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube page. And you all have a good one. Outro song. You know what? I got one.
Pronto.
Oh, now you want Pronto.
Yeah, no, it's a good song.
All right. Pronto by who?
Ajebo Hustlers and Omah.
All right.
Not Ajebo Hustlers, no. I sang that song with Davido.
Yeah, I remember.
No, that song.
All right.
I remember, yeah.
So it's Pronto by Ajebo Hustlers and Omah. Check this out.
I go to put myself in order. Make I no go by person daughter. No be only me be a lover. If na play, make you stop her. I beg you, make you use your upper. Before they say na only me the chopper. Go to put myself in order. Before they do one, go for the matter. Pulo just the holla. Say the rumor done the yakpa. Abobi the balabala. Obula chai so boroma.
She let me climb on night. She coming right on time. She they giving me Pronto, Lolo. What I really want is your love. We making love on night. She coming right on time. She give me Pronto, Lolo. What I really want is your love.
But Teresa, I dey put am, she dey feel am, she dey lick am, it dey sweet am, I dey give am, pane beat am, when she need am. Yo, oh, 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 yo, oh, 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 nobody no. Say me and you don't, say me and you don't,
Robo robo le, girl wanna rubber style it. You can make you enter my way, girl chop on my pay. Girl you dey make it my day, you dey wine fit to make a man grace. I say robo robo le, girl wanna rubber style it. Come grind for me, girl kaite, girl rub on my chest. Girl you dey make it my day, come wine for me, girl kaite. I say robo robo le.
My Teresa, I dey put am, she dey feel am, she dey lick am, it dey sweet am, I dey give am, pane beat am, when she need am. Yo oh oh oh, yo oh oh oh, nobody no. Say me and you don't, say me and you don't. Give me another, give me another till I get it go in my back. Drown for my holy water. 10 liter, you no go do mommy water.
Girl, if you have the lantern, swear we go turn the mattress. No tell me calm down, baby, no tell me calm down. Go sit in my mother, swear she go hear this matter. Say you go got in it, no tell me calm down. Go sit in my mother, swear she go hear this matter.
It's STG.
Make way bad boys coming through. At your all sluts.